just told me she can't make it. I know. It is what it is, you know. So what I'm gonna try and do here is going to be. Wait, is it working? Can everyone see me? Let me just double check this, please. Come on. I'm just testing the waters here. See if it'll work. Come on. Wow, I'm losing people already. Let me just 1 sec. Fuck. I just want to make sure. Can everyone? I do it. Am I? Okay, cool. I just refreshed. Everything's working. Okay. Well, yeah. Unfortunately, Mari, just let me know if she can't do it today. But I'm gonna try and find a workaround here. If I can get some sort of queue going, maybe we can talk. All of us can. Let me just 1 sec. I am going to post a link to a Discord I'm on. So let's see if I can do that. See if I can log in. Try and see if I can make something work out of this. Tell you what. Let me post. Invite people. Yeah, here we go. Okay. So, with that in mind, let me just quickly post this in chat. And that is a Discord link to the server Help Mod. If you guys want to jump into what's called the live chat section, by all means, jump in. Unfortunately, I've kind of gotten a little situation. I guess Marty couldn't come, so if you guys want to jump into the live chat over in Discord, we'll see if anyone takes some bites. Because yeah, otherwise I will start doing some source filmmaker then, and start working on that. Everyone can. 1 sec. I'll make sure everyone can hear me. Just want to make sure. And then we'll just jump in. Just jump into it. Anyway, okay, cool. We can hear. All right. All right, cool. I will now boot up in the Source Filmmaker. If you guys want to jump into live chat, by all means. I'm just gonna try and make sure. I hope I don't slow down my PC to a crawl, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, she's like, I can't make it. I'm like, okay, it's fine. Anyway, just. Boy, this is crazy. But yeah, today I was going to be working on what was this Detective Pikachu idea I had for animation, and so yeah. 1 second, let me make one alteration here. Pop out chat, copy, and no. Edit chat mode. And let's see if that fixes that side. One sec, everyone. All right. So yeah, we're gonna try and. Well, yeah, my computer is gonna be slowing down in just a few seconds. I can tell you. I'll tell you what. Just. Yeah. Let's see. Let me just. I can change the background color. That'd be perfect. One. All right. So as you can see, Source Filmmaker's finally opening up. Alright, well, let's see. And no one's biting on the Discord section, so I'll just... Let me just double check. Yeah, well, we'll hold off on that then. But I'm gonna jump in and start working on some projects. I don't know if anyone bothers to. So, let's see here. Oh yeah. All right, let's see here. I'll let that boot up. Ooh. So yeah, again, the live chat is open. I posted a link to the Discord if anyone wants to join in, but I'm just going to let this boot. It takes a bit. My computer is not the fastest in the world, I'll tell you that much right now. Yeah. What? Oh, Crystal, Source Filmmaker's free. It's on, it's literally on, SFM's on Source. It's completely free. You can download it right now if you wish. 100% honest here. It's a lot of, like, I use entirely free software. The other one I use a lot is what's called Blender, and I just upgraded that today. Before I start working on this, I was going to import a Misty model, and the new mod version is a little overwhelming for me. But yeah, Source Filmmaker is free. It's on Steam. It's basically just a modification of the source engine that they used for everything else. But yeah, let's see. I think Mari's gonna be coming back. Okay, cool. I'm gonna go jump over. I'm gonna disconnect the chat from that, and I'll give her a call. Ah, boy. Yeah. So she'll be over. She'll be over eventually. So cool. But yeah, it's 100% free. I use it for all my animations. I could use Blender because Blender also is free and easy to use. I love it to death. But it's just, it's like, to actually quote, what's it called? The guys who make South Park. They use actually a 3D modeling program. I think it's Maya, and they refer to it as nuking ants. Like killing ants by nuking them. So, but yeah, it's very... Oh. One sec, Mari. Can you hear me now? Okay, good. I'm just gonna double check the chat. Can everyone hear Mari? Because I want to make sure. Mari, say something. Okay, cool. I don't know if I got you on the... Oh, yeah, that's why. I didn't put the audio output capture. One sec. Trey Barker, Matt Stone, yeah. Okay. Okay, don't try to say something. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna need to edit it. Wait. Cancel. Desktop audio. Oh. Oh, right. Okay. Just try it now. She can't hear me. I mean, or they can't hear you, but let me just say something again if I may, because I'm just trying to make sure this works. Oh, wait. Audio output, maybe? I need to change that. Default, or rather... Yeah, okay. Okay, okay, say something right now. I think I got it. I hear you. But yeah. Mari is here today, and we're working on an animation, and I'm going to try and cheer her up while I'm doing this too. Make her laugh, maybe.
Yeah, I'm alright.
And the idea I had today for the Source Filmmaker animation is, well, I found an amazing model of... Fuck, I lost it. Of Detective Pikachu, and I'm thinking to myself, whoops, I dropped my master condom that I used for my Magnum Dawn. Or something like that. I'm going to try and use that today as the basis for the animation. So let's just go down here and see if I can find what model. Oh, City. Yes, City. I don't even know what I was going to use for the model, but I will go into work. Okay, yeah, they can hear you now. Good, awesome. But yeah, I want to see Detective Pikachu. I just haven't got a chance to yet because I'm dirt broke and I go back to my work tomorrow or Monday. So, where's the city? Okay, City Central, that's what I'm looking for. Okay. I just need like a city background, something simple. And hopefully this will, like, I don't even know how my computer's handling all this shit right now, because it's like, I'm actually surprised at how well it's doing right now, all things considered. No, yeah, it's actually not bad. It's running pretty well live. One thing we're just gonna discuss today, because this whole idea of the stream today came out of me talking to my friend, my one friend Hippie from the previous drunk stream, and I really wanted to talk about the artistic merit in kaiju movies, considering we got what's it called? King of the Monsters coming out next in a week or two, and I love that. I love kaiju, and so does Hippie, and Mari is a big fan of mecha. And here's something I wanted to talk about while I'm making this stuff. Have you seen Godzilla against Mechagodzilla, Mari?
No, I have not, but I've seen different articles with Hideki Anno talking about Evangelion and Godzilla together. So
okay, cool.
I've also seen different art pieces of Godzilla where apparently Godzilla is just slightly shorter than an Evangelion for some reason.
And that doesn't make any... How tall are the Evangelions in the show? What's
70 meters.
Okay, well, that actually makes sense, because... Okay, that would mean they're using they're using the original Showa era scale, because in the original movies, Godzilla was 50 meters tall. I believe 85 they increase his meters to 80, and then and I think King Ghidorah is where they boosted it way up to 100 meters, and I think it's kind of been fluxed. I know Shin is like the tallest ever. It actually, I believe 2014 Legendary's Godzilla was like the tallest, and then they made Shin even bigger for that reason, just to make him taller. But they're probably going on that scale then. But I will say something interesting I looked into when I was looking into those kind of same things you were talking about with what's it called? The use of Godzilla with Evangelion. One of the interesting mashup merchandise they used was using what's her name? Rei as one of the Zillions. In one of the movies, 60s era movies, Monster Zero, which is what King Ghidorah is referred to in the new movie. From what I've heard, it's Crystal. It's much more monster action, but they basically mashed her up with Rei, and considering both those characters, how they're both basically clones that want to achieve humanity of sorts, it was a really clever idea. So, but yeah, the reason I brought up Against is because I've heard it referred to as a mecha or a Godzilla mecha movie. That's very much like a Gundam, or like almost Evangelion in some ways.
I saw one of the Avas dressed up as Godzilla, actually.
They merged together, I think, is what they were trying to go for. Yeah.
Hang on, I'm gonna head outside so that we...
Yeah. She's on her phone as we're doing this. So, okay, so here's Detective Pikachu. I worked on this, I worked on rigging this puppy up, the last 2 days. I was just finishing it up today as I was, before the stream. Come on. A little lightning rodent. And I'm gonna need to put the Magnum Dong line into, where is it? Oh, here it is. Whoops, I also got the Trash Man line, because I love that whole, I thought that'd be another really funny clip to use. Apparently, when they were optioning him to possibly play Detective Pikachu, when people asked him about it, like, what the fuck is Detective Pikachu? And I guess the director had tried running his lines from Always Sunny when they were considering him for the role, which I find absolutely hilarious that they actually considered it. Like, oh yeah, we were thinking about it. I mean, he's probably the only person apart from Ryan Reynolds who could do it, but honestly, considering how Ryan has been pretty good with his guerrilla marketing in this, I have no problem with him doing it now. Oh, wait, no. Shoot. Fudge, this is my computer being a pain in the ass to me today. Yeah, but no, I would argue that, yeah, this movie is gonna have a lot of action. I've heard, like, it's written by fans for fans. Once the embargo was lifted, things went crazy. So let's see, user mod. I need to find DONG or oops maybe. Let's see. Let me just look what it's called real quick. Oh, whoops. Sorry about that, people. That was too loud. Fuck. For me, anyway. Wait, is she? Okay, you still there, Mar? Oh, Mari's on mute. That's right. Okay. Whew. Okay. She was going outside, I think, if I remember correctly. Let's see. DROPP. Huh? I guess I didn't put it in there properly. Okay. I'll just put you there and there. And then, if I'm not mistaken, if I dropped...
Whoa, whoops, oh!
Okay, cool. Okay, we got the line in here. I'm gonna then scale this down a bit. I've been wanting to try and recreate a scene with him as Pikachu being Danny DeVito for a while. I just realized I didn't actually put the condom in. Fuck. All right, well, let's see. Make sure he's set up right, and then enable lighting. Okay, that's better. Now, new model. I'm gonna use Jesse for this, I think, unless I have a Misty somewhere. M-I-S-T-Y. Nope. I'm gonna use Jesse then. But yeah, Source Filmmaker is in my opinion probably one of the easiest to learn out there. To be quite honest, I've had no problems with it. And then I learned by doing, like, porting things in is a little more challenging, especially if you're new to Blender. Because it took me months to get a handle on Blender, and also heck to rig. Rigging has been something I've only recently got better at. So, yeah, it's been a bit of a challenge at times. Okay, that's fine. I need a workshop. Let me rocket, maybe. Did I? Fuck, I mean, I've added it. 1 second to go into the goofiness that is the Source Filmmaker workshop and see if I may have not added it. Jesse, browse the workshop, brought thing down, bring this out. Yeah, it's gonna be a bit because I'm recording like I don't know how many things simultaneously. I'm actually impressed it's doing so well. Is it doing still well? I don't know. Evidently so. Let me just press cancel here for a sec. And then we'll just load this up. Let's see if I actually still have Team Rocket on my resources. Let's see. Hopefully Mari's doing well. I'm a little concerned about her, but it is what it is. Woo, boy. Yeah, everything's kind of running slow right now. Give it a sec. Sorry about the slowness of all this junk. It's Have to check the workshop, which loads in its own window, and then this. Oh, and already did it close? Probably. Knowing my luck, so let's just see if it'll let me. Come on. I'm actually impressed how much I can do here. Oh, I didn't know Crystal, you sent me a link. I did not get a chance to read that tweet. I wonder what it is.
Yeah, can you still hear me?
Oh, I can hear you fine. How are you?
Okay, good.
She decided to take a walk today. Mari's back. Everyone can relax. Yes. Who's not? Okay. Yeah, I'm actually on the
Okay,
close.
now can you still hear me?
Oh, yeah, I can still hear you. You're good.
You can hear me still?
Yep. We're good.
Okay, perfect.
Let's make sure. Yeah, I can. Yeah, you're still coming in. I can hear you. I think the chat can hear you. I'm gonna close up Google Chrome because I realize my computer is starting to eat through my RAM. Cool. But yeah, I'm really excited for the new movie. And what I brought up against Mechagodzilla because it's kind of a mecha kaiju movie of sorts. You know, I'm just gonna. I'm trying to get this to work, and I'm like, oh shoot, I probably need to. All right. But yeah, set him up right. Personally, I was thinking a few months ago about how some of the artistic merit of sorts in certain kaiju films, and like some of them have some really kind of build off of the themes of previous movies and almost recontextualize it. There's one Godzilla movie where Godzilla represents the Japanese unwilling to let go of, or rather, need to they're like the victims the Japanese hurt during World War One. But yeah, it's pretty good stuff. If anyone wants to talk or have anything to bring up, yes, because I'm just kind of working on this as I go. Alright. I'm just kind of. I'm not very. I guess I'm having a hard time coming up.
It's not a scripted stream. It's more off the cuff.
Yeah, I mean, Hippie. Let me tell you, Hippie can be really. I mean, we're talking about how anime is real, and it was just that was weird. Okay, so.
Someone's gonna clip the hell out of the stream. I know it. Someone's gonna go and clip that.
Clip what?
Clip the bit where you just said how anime is real.
Oh no. If they wanted to do that, they could just do the live stream thing I did this. I saw the link, Crystal. I didn't get a chance to click it because my computer was being slow. What was is it an outage then, or does it have to do with Pat, or enlighten me as someone talking in the chat here? Ugh. Man, I actually rigged this guy up really well. I'm like moving him around. I'm like, shit, wow. Oh, wow, this is... Okay. Let me just go back here first. Oh, my...
Whoa, whoop!
Yeah. It's too loud. Danny DeVito, you're too loud. Turn down the volume of that. Set volume. Okay, now what I'm gonna do with this. I just gotta make sure I set his arms up the way I want him to be. Holy hell, I did a good. I'm actually impressed at how this looks. The Mr. Pikachu here. Let's see. Let me go into the head. Okay, whoa. And then his arms need to go out. His arms need to go out. His head. And then his
Sorry,
face.
I'm outside and it's like right next to a road. So.
Oh, you're fine. Don't worry. It is what it is. Wait, did I? Where's his jaw? Okay. Whoa. Jeez, I'm trying to figure out what I want to do here with him. This is gonna be. Let's see here. I need to get these back to default.
Whoa, what?
Whoa. That's funny. This is why I love animation. When you get something working right that you just are amazed by, it just gets you really excited. Oh my goodness, am I getting that today with Pikachu here?
Whoa,
Trying to
what?
open up the stream on YouTube at the same time.
Uh-huh. Okay, sure. Where's his jaw? Ooh. And then I will bring you guys. Whoa. Oh, no. Vault. Let's see what this looks like.
Whoa, whoops. Whoa, whoa.
Okay. Whoa. Jeez.
Did you already tweet out the link for yourself on your own? Or?
I think I retweeted it, yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, don't worry.
Works for me.
Let's try to get this right. Okay, I'm gonna get a new key thing. Whoops. And get you guys copy paste. Okay, cool. I guess okay, cool. Yeah, it's windy out for you. Awkward at times. Okay. I'm going to then probably do. Jeez, I'm actually impressed by how I designed this. I've never animated this.
Whoa, whoops, so. Whoa.
Jeez Louise, I'm getting good here. Copy paste.
I mean, if you keep doing it, then you might just be able to just hold streams of random people, have them pick characters, and just put voice clips over.
That would be amazing. Yeah, that would be fun.
Whoa, whoops, so.
Oh yeah, that reminds me.
Uh-huh.
IBS did that. They put Tonka in a wheelchair, and they had like Dame Pesos as like a guy in a sombrero.
Oh my gosh, that'd be amazing.
Mundane mat like lifting a boulder or something.
Well, I once used, I think, a scout for mundane mat. One second, I'm gonna get pop. Be right back, people.
I guess I'll keep you guys entertained for a little bit.
No, I'm back. Jeez. But please, keep them there.
You were leaving the room or something.
No, I just need to grab a pop. Just, I live in a cubby hole. There's a fan over there. There's an AC right there. Right over there's my kitchen. My window. Yeah, and trash can. I say hi, trash can. Yeah, it's I kind of live in a small little cubby hole. That's where I do my stuff. This person made an amazing model, and I am just blown away at how, because he didn't rig it. By the way, I actually had an idea once where I wanted to do. I found out there's a way you could import maps from Minecraft and put them in Source Filmmaker, like import them as maps. And I used that mosaic toolkit to make a giant model, like a giant like mosaic of Matt Jarbo, like doing the Jeb Bush thing. Oh, and
boy! Now there's a friggin' ambulance.
Yep. It
Sorry.
is. Oh, you're fine.
Whoa, whoops, so.
Jesus Christ! I'm sorry.
Oh, you're fine. I know what you're saying. I actually enjoy doing the the lip movements first, or doing like some like these about lip syncing first, because it's a lot more fun, honestly. Or rather, it makes you feel like you're doing like like it gives you a high of sorts.
Whoa, whoops, so.
Also makes it easier later on, so you don't have to worry about the rest.
I dropped.
Ah, shoot. Dropped my monster condom.
My dropped.
Oh, shoot.
That reminds me. Friggin', if anyone like wants me to like do review request or something, it'll have to be after I finish Darkwood, because I will send a code for that. Because people wanted me to check out the Switch version, since that I believe was just released 3 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
I just started it. I haven't died yet, but I probably will soon.
What game is that you're saying?
Darkwood for Nintendo Switch. It was a PC. It was a port of a PC indie game.
And what kind of game is it?
It seems to be horror/survival at the moment.
Goodness. Okay, so you haven't died yet. I was curious if it was like a Dark Souls kind of thing. Excuse me.
No, but I will, like, if someone wants to send me a code for something like Salt and Sanctuary, which I know is on the Switch, I'll definitely play that.
Well, there you go. You're here, folks.
Like, anything, like, if you want to send me Switch codes, or, I don't know, money on Ko-fi or something like that, I'll definitely...
And I take coffee, because I am right now, the reason I'm going back to work tomorrow, after being on a leave, is because, or rather Tuesday, is partially because I feel a lot better, but partially also because I need the money.
I dropped my
Jeez, might have to like
my monster.
Like first off, do the jaw synchronization, then the rest comes easy. What?
It wasn't me. It's people in the background.
Okay, first off, I will also note, Mario, you're west of me. You're east of me, and
Huh?
it was raining earlier today, and it was pretty bad. So that may be why I'm hearing a lot of wind. You may be heading your whatever I had is probably headed your way.
I dropped.
Sorry about that.
Oh, you're fine. It is what it is.
Yeah, I just had to get out of the house, that way I wouldn't be, have people breathing down my neck.
Oh, I know. It is what it is, they say, or at least what I say. Let's see. Okay, no, that's not gonna work. I am gonna do a switch of that. Okay, those are the corners, and I will just move them up, and maybe I'm trying to get this just right. Oh man, that looked good. Oh, that works. I'm like, how am I supposed to do this? I'm like, oh right, I know how to lower lip. I just look at myself on this webcam, you know? Yeah. But yeah. Let's see. Lower his jaw there. And then yeah, his upper lip needs to go. Oh crap, that doesn't look right. Oh, that's cool. I'm like looking at this weird how this.
I
Ah. That lower lip doesn't look.
dropped.
Yeah. I'm looking at this like. I'm like looking at my mouth as I'm doing this. Like, oh god, let's do this. Hey. Yeah, I do like when people do like. I like it when people make animations based off of like hearing people and such. Like that's one of those like the Game Grumps one, like that beautiful little moment. That's one of those things where like, I would love to do that when I was a kid or anything really. I think it was like, if I'm not mistaken, it was what was his name? Oh yeah, Waxinator, who was like you could be a new thing for YouTube poop, or like the next stage, you could say, because you could basically recreate anything.
Wasn't that other site like shut down? Like
YouTube?
Like no, like PMD or something was shut down like 2 days ago.
Oh, You're the Man Now Dog. That's why that's You're the Man Now Dog. I'm talking about YouTube poop.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, there was something else that was shut down, like...
Yeah, there was You're the Man Now Dog, and I think YouTube Wiki was shut down, which was kind of like the floodgate. My point is that Source Filmmaker was... I don't know, I'm just kind of like drawing blanks here. Like YouTube poop is one thing, but I'm just losing my mind here. He was saying it more in regards to like he used to like Waxinator was a YouTube poop maker, and he like when he first got Source Filmmaker, he made like Stooping as Usual, I See, Mama Luigi, and a bunch of other things in Source Filmmaker, showing off they could be easily used to recreate memes. And that's kind of why that's when I saw him, like that's a great idea.
I dropped my.
Ooh, doesn't look right. The lower lip? Which one was? Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm going to. No, copy paste.
My monster condoms.
I'm like so like half here, half not as I'm talking. I probably should just like switch over to something to like save this for right now, but get back and what I was saying. I don't know where I was going at there. But
where are we going with that again? I don't know.
We're talking. It started off with you mentioning how they recreated what is it? Someone like Dame Pesos and everything.
Yeah, like someone like did like a short animation from the very moment that Matt was supposed to have been false flagging people.
Oh my goodness, I need to watch this.
Yeah, like I'm pretty sure. Like I don't remember who did it, but
I'm saving my work, and I'm gonna go look into that because I love to.
If you just type in "no Matt no" animation, and it should show up on YouTube.
I'm going right there.
Or Monday Matt no animation, and it should show up.
That's where I'm going. Okay, just waiting for. Now that it's closed up, I have to like wait for Chrome to boot up because it's a pain in the ass. I should have cleared up a lot of RAM, but here it's waking up finally. But yeah, it's an amazingly useful, like, how do I describe it? I described it to a friend because he was like looking for animation projects. Dad texted me. Just one sec. But like it's very it takes care of a lot of things. Like Blender is like a huge over like if you know what you're doing, you can do almost anything. But if you have like for example But like Source Filmmaker is a very easy to learn because it's meant to be.
It's not like I'm not familiar with Blender. I mean, I've messed around with it before.
I'm kind of happier. Sorry, but no. I like Blender is like meant for you can do almost anything. Source Filmmaker is like you wanna make machinima very easily. Here, use this. And I fucking love machinima. When I was I was fascinated by what Reverse Blue was doing. So, as you probably can imagine, it kind of dying a slow and painful death bugged the hell out of me. Rooster Blue, I mean. Oh my god, that sound is so distracting. I'm trying to think here, damn it. Okay. I need to lower the volume or something, I don't know. Wait, what? Okay. Whew. Oh, it was Suit Yourself is the creator of that. Okay, cool. That's what Crystal said. I'm looking into that. Yeah, my ADHD's coming back in full force right now. Alright, YouTube it is. There are certain days where me talking my ADHD or trying to say something my ADHD always, like destroys my train of thought. Oh, Crystal, I'm not talking about Machinima as the company. I'm talking about the concept. When I was in college, that's what it was. But I remember writing this book, I was in a computer art class, which was one of the. It was probably the one class that changed my entire life in a good way. So, Suit Yourself. And no, Matt. When I was a kid, Machinima was use a video game engine, which is like a real-time animation, or using a real-time game engine like Red vs. Blue, or like Quake, to use that to make videos.
I'm still mad that they canceled that one Quake game to do something else.
Quake Champions?
Yeah.
They canceled it. Oh, I'm not surprised. Let's see here. Oh my goodness, that's
Okay, we're here. We're
Are
here.
we live now?
Yes,
it was all ready to go, and
no, we're. Oh wait.
I dropped it.
Well, it wasn't profitable. That's why.
I can't.
We're live now. We're live now.
We're live now. Okay. All right. Didn't want to speak out of turn. Sorry about getting your fucking channel nuked.
Wait, is this entire? Okay. How did he do the entire thing? I'm blown away here. He did the entire stream. That's dedication.
8:42.
But I thought you didn't log on until
I
9.
don't remember what
I have my
it was where they did no, Matt, no. But
No, I got the whole thing here, and he did the entire fucking stream. Oh my god.
Because I sat there later on that evening and had more of an internal thought.
I don't remember if Jim was there on that stream. I don't remember.
Oh, he was. He was there from the beginning. I'm literally looking at this 2-hour-long recreation of the entire thing. Holy crap. How did he do this? That's... Jeremy with his pants down like he said he was. Oh, that's funny. Wow. This is dedication. This reminds me of the animation, the shitpost I made.
And people in the Discord have done it for their channels too already.
No, and the screenshot's not going to prove
Oh,
it.
here
The
it is.
screenshot
No,
is easily
no.
photoshopped. Screen share it just that window.
Yeah, Alsop's got a point.
Oh my gosh, this is well done.
I mean, if it's no big deal, it's no big deal, right? I mean,
Unless you flag so many things, and you're completely.
No, just scroll up to the top. Just scroll
I
up to the
go.
top.
haven't flagged anything for copyright
Then
stuff.
why is it taking so long?
Is in a different section. This
Here
is
we go.
only
We're getting there.
for
Yes.
content strikes.
Let me just go down. I'm sure the comments will tell me where.
And Ralph's stream earlier tonight was taken down for a content strike, not for copyright. It was taken down for bullying and harassment. All of your bullying and harassment strikes will show right here on this window. So screen share us this window if you really didn't strike Ralph's stream earlier.
Yeah, so from what I've played in Darkwood so far, it just seems like another... I don't know if you guys have heard of this game. It seems like another Project Zomboid clone.
No, I sadly... Is it 2D or 3D?
It's like top-down 2D.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't. I don't game enough as I probably should.
This game would have been, I think, like $20 if somebody didn't slide me the press code for it.
Just slide it under the table.
Like, currently, right now, I'm playing with all the Indiegogo content on, so...
Wow. Oh, man, this guy went and did some effort. He made the entire stream with animated. That's commitment. It's over 2 hours long. Oh my gosh. Like I don't.
On the same day as well.
He pumped that out well, and he does all of these. Wow. I'm like looking through all his work. Holy shit, that's dedication. That's dedication. I can respect that. A mundane apology. Oh wow, I mean, I get it. Okay, but funny story about machinima. When I was in college, the one class I had that pretty much changed my life for the better, in my opinion, was a computer art class. Okay, and because I basically realized I don't want to do computer science after I did that because it was being creative. I got a bug, and so when I did that, it was like there was a class. My first assignments was I had to make I had to write paper and performance art, and I was like, I could either BS it or go a different route. My roommate's like, just BS it. I'm like, no, I'm gonna go a different route. And it turns out, what I made was then, I made an argument that machinima was performance art, considering where it was origins. Man, that is a lot of wind out there.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I know, I'm not surprised. Probably weather's heading your way. That was over here for a while.
I might just go back inside.
I recommend it, yeah, because it's gonna start raining. I'm gonna argue that's the most likely scenario. In the meantime, let's see what's on Charz's Twitter today. Let's see if I can find what Crystal Philosopher sent me. If you could DM me that, Crystal, that'd be fabulous. This is just, yeah, okay. This is, like, wind is blowing in my ears. Like, every time I'm trying to think, it's like, I cannot even hear you right now. It's too quiet.
Sorry, my phone battery's dying really quickly.
Yeah, I'd say go back inside and charge it. That'd probably be a better option. Woo. Okay. But yeah,
It's only been 30 minutes too. Jeez.
what kind of phone do you have?
It's an iPhone?
Oh. I mean, if I have it on like full screen and everything and really brightness high, it does drain rather quickly. Like it's like variables that add on top of each other. Okay, thank you, Crystal. I appreciate that. I'm actually putting my Twitter feed over on the other side so no one can see it, just in case. I don't want anyone to know what I fact to be quite honest. But yeah, here's Thanos as the background. This is actually from. It was trying to get into the TF2 workshop, and I fully support that. And I think he sent it, so let's see. Okay. Are you serious? funny thing is, you put in "I'm feeling lucky" on Google with French military victories. It will say, we couldn't find that. We were thinking of French military defeats. I think it's on a vinyl black sheet. It's like a fake Google page. Oh man, that's funny. Mundane Linkara, I am. Turn off that pesky ad block, you know? See, that's the thing about Linkara, I will say. Okay, so this is a story I had hinted at with a while back. I'm going to go into this. Sit down. We got story time with Uncle Charza here. Someone mentioned that Crystal Philosopher, I think back last when he was doing a stream in the chat. We're going to talk about the my story and my channel awesome story. We'll do that here. And I'm going to actually probably lower her volume a little bit because it's a little. Yeah. Okay, so Charza's channel awesome story. Because Crystal Philosopher shared his, and ad block, right? But yeah, here's my story with Channel Awesome. I was in college. I went to college freshman year in 2009. I discovered Channel Awesome. I graduated in 2009. And I started college in the fall, and I found them around that time. So, and it's all kind of connected, because when I graduated, I had a best friend. I still do. But he told me during my graduation party, high school, he's like, "Yeah, our family is gonna go out to live out in Arizona." I'm like, "What? What did it tell me on my graduation party? This? Will I ever see you again?" I don't know. So we called a lot because that's kind of one of the things I used to do is call people. He surprised me on my birthday by showing up because apparently he moved back. And he showed me this video. The Channel Awesome Brawl, actually. I'm sure many of you have to start there. But he basically discovered it, I guess, he was reading a webcomic, and I was like, I want this, if a webcomic anniversary thing ever happens, I want it to be a brawl like this. And he pointed to the brawl. And I thought it was hilarious. And he showed me, I think, the first Nostalgia Critic I watched was The Avengers Sonic the Hedgehog, which he also showed me. I thought it was fucking hilarious. That's actually still one of my favorite reviews he's ever done, because it's just, yeah, he reacts a lot in it, but I think that's the point. That's like, I think Doug referred to Nostalgia Critic as a guy looking back on his past and hating it, like thinking it's going to be amazing and it sucks.
And then it winds up being shit. Yeah.
And Avengers Sonic the Hedgehog was a perfect example of this. Like, pumpkin what? Pumpkin what? And that's one of my favorite jokes from that era. Like, he was just, that whole episode is like, and even you can learn something from a swamp. It's just, the whole thing is well written for the time. And I remember, because my birthday was around October, and then I go back to college, and mind you, this is 2009. This is Purdue University. I go back, and H1N1 was a big issue. I go back, and around a week before Halloween, my roommate gets down with H1N1, so it's only a matter of time before I get it, and I get it around Halloween. And I think I discovered at that point, I watched Ask That Guy. I watched the most recent one, which was I could not stop laughing. I was lying in bed, sick with the swine flu, and I was laughing my ass off when he's talking about the best solution to solve world hunger is cannibalism. And like it becomes a running joke throughout the rest of the episode about him wanting to eat people. And then I think I watched a Superman 4 review, and I looked into Linkara. I think the first review I watched Linkara was Maximum Clonage, weirdly enough. But that's how I first started getting into it. And my friend joined in, and we all kind of loved it. Like all three of us, like my roommate, my one friend, and me, were more or less aware. I would say my friend and me were, watching every week. And then, again, that was when I went to art class. I love that art class, but the problem is I came out of it and I'm like, I don't want to CS anymore. But I didn't really realize it at the time that art was where I should go. Like, I was all over the place mentally because this is the first time I lived out on my own. And so, long story short, 2010, the fall hits. Everyone in my friends group basically just gangs up on me. want to. It's too complicated. I'm gonna go off on a tangent if I make it too long. So, just keep in mind that there was some random woman, or sorry. It's why, for example, I look at all these social justice people and I get almost PTSD because what they're doing is what she did. It was like, I don't like you. I'm insane. I don't like you. Therefore, I'm going to destroy you. I'm going to harass you. I'm going to hate you. For no reason. Mainly because you're Catholic and Christian and all this stuff. And I can't stand that. And like, she came with all these stupid reasons as to why I'm terrible and I should be ostracized and Inquisition. So I was getting suicidally depressed at this point. And one of the few things that kept me going throughout the rest of that semester, and then when I moved back home and went to the local college, and eventually kicked out there, one of the few things that kept me together, despite my mind falling apart, was Channel Awesome. So like I was like, okay, I was literally, I remember I had a meal plan. Basically I just go into the cafeteria every day and be fed. The problem was I was so depressed and so anxious I didn't leave my room. So like I was just, but I was like, at least I can go and sit down and watch Doug on Wednesdays, Linkara always Mondays, and Spoonie whenever. And I did like Linkara. To answer your question, why I got into Linkara was the plot. Sadly, the plot lines. Like I got into the comics, and then he had a plot line going. I personally found some of his earlier plot lines up into the lore, up into I think 2018. But when Liz left, it was flawless. At least for what a web show could be. I enjoyed it. Is what I'm saying. I got into it around when Lord Vice came in. I thought it was pretty good. It was decently written. It had more or less pretty good continuity, and his ego was not taking over. In fact, there is a storyline where his magic gun turns off because he's getting too egotistical. Shocking, I know that's what happened. Anyway, so because these guys got me through some of my roughest points in my life, I found it easier to defend them. When Spoonie got kicked out, and I saw Lord Cat say, "You should kill yourself, Spoonie," and in the morning they'll say, "Ruined." The paper will say, "Ruined," or "Failed comedian kills himself." Like it was not. I'm like, this is not how you treat someone like this. And so I left the website. I didn't go back. I watched on YouTube or Blip. I never touched the actual website itself since, out of protest. And as the years went on, I was defending Spoonie for a bit until, well, I started seeing that his stuff all of a sudden stopped. His output stopped. His last video game review, which I thought was still pretty funny because he did a pretty good job recreating the opening and ending to Big Trouble in Little China. But I think it was when at that point, I think it was when the stuff involving Jim, I'm sorry, no, the year before, when I think it was 2017, was it? Yeah, it was 2017. I was watching Jim and Extra Mana, and they were breaking down Spoonie and other people. And I saw that, I'm like, wow. Yeah, I'm not touching that. I think it was Linkara when they did his video, and then like the same day, Jim's came out, Extra Mana interviewed Liz, and I was like, okay, I'm done. And when I did that, I was like, oh wow. It's almost like part of my anxiety about my past was linked to Channel Awesome, and as soon as I let go and said, I'm done with you idiots, suddenly everything felt better. Imagine that. So, yeah, that's really long-winded, but they helped me through some of the roughest times, so I was able to defend them. And when they came around, they said, God, I'm just kind of just sitting here, totally ADHD. But yeah, let's just say that it helped me through some of my worst times. And then when I just let go of it, all of a sudden, I was able to move on. Wow. But I will say, seeing Mars Girl ignore going after the walkers for covering it up and lying to them, and yet attacking Vic. See, that is what I was pissed off with her about. It was just that, like, you are going to ignore that to go after this guy. I mean, I know Warrior's dead, but you could have gone after the walkers. Like, as soon as the Jew Wario thing came out, they said, okay, we're going to release Jack and Jill, and no one followed up. Well, I'm not kind of thinking I'm not really that surprised, considering most of it was a bunch of vanity shit. So I'm not really, I'm just kind of not totally here right now. I'm sorry, everyone. Brain is a jumbled mess. But yeah, I think it's partially because the mind's too split right now, focusing on this and this and this. But yeah, I may just stop the stream because I honestly don't know what else I can say. Unless you have something a topic or something, Mari.
Thinking here for a minute. I don't know. I can't really think of anything other than well.
Yeah.
We were also going to be talking about. I don't know. I suppose we could.
Go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was just something I saw in the chat. You're fine. You had an idea?
I'm trying to think of something. It just I lost my train of thought.
You're fine. I've been there. That's been me this whole afternoon, off and on. ADHD and whatnot. Well, we'll say, okay, here's trying to think of like a jumping off point. Well, one thing I saw, I think I was watching, Confish TV, and they were talking about High Guardian Spice. And I guess here's an interesting thought. You know, where do you think, say for example, Vic sues Funimation. What do you think the fallout could be of that? Like, say he wins. Like, say for example, it's ruled. Like, what do you think the outcome would be? Like, the ripple effects of the anime industry. Do you have any thoughts about that? I'm curious. Here's another question, a better one. Top anime.
Oh wow.
I know that's a loaded question. I bet. I know.
I mean that I'm watching right now.
No, just in all time kind of thing.
Oh, wow.
I know that's a loaded question. I know. Oh no, we discussed it in the past.
That to what I'm watching right now.
Sure, go ahead.
I have like 3 different things that I'm currently trying to finish. Mobile Suit Gundam Seed MSD is one that I'm watching right now. I like that a lot. I mean, normally Seed is garbage, but this one is actually not that bad.
They eased off the space autism then?
Yeah, they eased off the space autism. They eased off the shitty teen space opera drama bullshit.
You see that I never understood that. I'm like, you're doing this mech show and you're focusing more on teenagers than the actual mechs. It works some places, not in Gundam though. It was an experiment that failed.
It's more so that he just randomly like reprogrammed a Gundam in the middle of combat. I think that's what put people off.
Oh.
Because Yamato as a character is just
Space Spurgy
screams for no reason. not a very good pilot.
If you compared him to Shinji.
Yeah, the Strike Gundam itself is not an ugly suit by any means.
Mm-hmm.
It's really not, but I would have preferred if Mu Laflaga was the main character. He's actually written really well, and he doesn't suck, so...
I haven't watched Gundam Seed since it was on Toonami. Wow. That's a while ago. I mean, I watched a lot of... G Gundam was my thing back in the day. That was my favorite Gundam series. That was the show I got into Gundam with. I was fascinated. It really inspired me as a kid. Like the idea of, like, techno-organic, I always found that really interesting. In fact, that's a running theme in a lot of my stories. Fuck, I need to, like... You know what I should do is I should talk about my series. One sec. Because I've been planning this idea for a source filmmaker-based source filmmaker-based superhero series kind of thing. I don't know if I've actually pitched it to you or not, or to the public. So, how do we do that? Because I think that would be a fun thing to talk about, personally. Because I have this idea. I think I text or messaged Weaponized Nerd Rage about this a while back when I was first thinking about it. I was like, you think there's a market for like a comic skate style answer to Ruby or some sort of filmmaker based kind of idea for a superhero series that's kind of just ignores all the controversy, just wants to make something fun, that kind of spirit. He's like, I don't know, and I'm like, okay, well. And the more I thought about it, the more I realized, because I've come up with these ideas since I was a kid, for all this universe of ideas. And, so yeah, it's been something I've been thinking about for a while. And, the idea is, it's called Slate, but it's about, like, it's kind of just me throwing all these ideas, whole universe against a wall, see what sticks. He's kind of the vessel for it, because there's a ongoing plot, but it's more about him just kind of in this world of heroes. And Slate is a synthoid, like a polysynth, synthetic human, that's like white. It looks like a plastic man, and he has probably like chalk white, and he has like two eyes. He has like eyes like Deadpool, and that's about the only discerning feature apart from me wearing some homeless, hoodie and sweatpants, and he has like a serial number, and no one knows where he comes from, and he has like super strength and 9 invulnerability. He'll be stabbed and he may have a problem. He looks like he's basically like living plastic, and they don't know. They have a feeling that there's some grander conspiracy involved with it. And this is a world where the Second World War is about to cap off, but right before Hitler invaded Poland, Moscow went off the radar. And an invading force of these, like, interdimensional kaiju-like horde of creatures led by this Mongolian conqueror from, obviously Mongolia. And he basically he's been, this horde almost like the Annihilation Wave from Annihilation Wave and such. This horde of these giant kaiju are pouring out of this portal in Mongolia. They've conquered most of Russia, and so basically, as soon as like Hitler was gonna, in our timeline, invade Poland, which kicks off World War II, suddenly everyone is backed up against the wall because this giant horde of monsters are appearing, and humanity. And the other thing is that the heroes are there. There's mystery men. There's from pulps. You got all these superheroes from that time frame that are all from the public domain. That's something that I've been using, and they've been united by a man from the future called Power Nelson, which is another character from the public domain. And the idea is, they drive it back, and now it's like the present day, and the world's way different. Like California is a no man's land. It's been actually walled off because kaiju are mainly now like between in the Pacific Ocean, and so you have like on one side of the Pacific Ocean you have like the entire California has been basically declared we can't touch it, and so you have like this wall, and you have a thing called the Spectrum Force, which is like a Power Rangers team of sorts that take down kaiju and make sure they keep contained. You have Japan having their own answer, which is basically a mecha force called BZO. You have New York basically being a Gotham City equivalent, and across the Hudson there's a place called New Haven in New Jersey, and like the Ellis Island is like the Hall of Justice basically now, and the whole series is kind of just me exploring all these ideas in one fell swoop, and Slate being kind of the method to do so. I have a character in there I'm working on called the Jersey Devil, and he's basically like, think of it like Hellboy almost, because he's a red ogre, part red ogre, in Japanese mythology, like an Uni. And the idea is, okay, well, like he's one of the heroes that teams up with Slade a few times, because he's in the area. And yeah, that's the idea of sorts. And I have like a plan. Like it's basically me just playing around with my universe I'm making. So like you're gonna run into like Thor and the Agents of Thunder, who's based off the Golden Age Thor. There was a Golden Age public domain superhero Thor. You have the Mark, who's basically like Rorschach on the Question, because the Question's actually public domain technically. But and this whole just be playing around. I've had like a lot of ideas. I'm just saying I'm just gonna throw them all in here right now, because that's the best way I can do it. There's like maybe one or two heroes I may hold off on because I kind of want them to be their own thing, and they may not work in this version of my universe, but still. But yeah, one of the themes I'm using is techno-organics, because one of the characters in this world is basically Invincible, by Robert Kirkman. He's like Captain Marvel mixed with Invincible, like not like Marvel, Invincible and a few other things. But he's like, his family comes from a world, like his mother comes from a a biological organic technology civilization. So yeah, I'm just way out of it. I may end the stream right now because I'm honestly just kind of Does anyone have any objections to me ending the stream now? Because I really don't know, honestly. I'm just kind of out of it right now. Yeah, I'm gonna do that because my brain's kind of fried. Thank you everyone for joining us today. I will talk to you all later.
Yep.